Bickley and Marotta. Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Arizona Sports, the local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
A realization is spreading through the football universe, including the 123 million people who watch Super Bowl 58. Namely, Patrick Mahomes has a chance to three-peat, something no other quarterback has ever done, and that means Patrick Mahomes has a chance to become something football has never seen. He can become the NFL's version of Michael Jordan, a player that burns so hot and so bright that every one of his peers becomes a second-tier guy, a bit player, a role player in the annals of history. Sounds harsh, but it's true. Jordan's indomitable nature and his unbeatable aura made supporting actors out of Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler, Karl Malone, John Stockton, and Reggie Miller, just to name a few. And Mahomes is threatening to do exactly the same thing, which is not good for Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and everybody else in his orbit, including Kyler Murray. And that means to beat the Chiefs in the future, you're going to need to build the kind of football team that can keep Mahomes off the field, or you're going to have a quarterback who can beat him in the postseason. Can you picture Kyler Murray doing the latter? Either way, history also shows teams that win back-to-back championships encounter huge resistance in year 3. Joe Montana ran into Lawrence Taylor in that Giants defense. Steve Young and the 49ers finally shut down the Big Three in Dallas, and when John Elway got cooking with Denver with successive titles, the NFL spawned Kurt Warner and the greatest show on turf. But Mahomes looks different, and if he becomes Jordan in shoulder pads, it is going to be unlike anything we have ever witnessed in the NFL, and it's going to be really hard for anybody else to hoist that Lombardi. All right, today's Bickley Blast brought to you by my great friends at Chapman BMW, who make luxury attainable. Find them online at chapmanbmw.com.
It's legendary. I mean, just to be able to, no one's ever done it. And we knew it's legendary to win back-to-back. I think 8 other teams had done it. We had heard it all week. We had talked to the guys about it, and we felt like we had the best opportunity that we had ever had to go out there and do that. And I'd fell short the year before. And so, I mean, all you can do is come back next year with a fresh mindset, knowing it's going to be even harder. We got to continue to play our best football. We'll celebrate these next few weeks, and then we'll get right back at it.
It's Patrick Mahomes, day after winning the Super Bowl MVP. Made his way to Disneyland yesterday, too. It was a nice family trip. Spoils of being a champion.
Okay.
How about Jay Feely sharing that nugget from the production meeting with Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes that they're both talking about winning 3 in a row, but that's before they got 2 in a row.
Isn't that unreal?
I mean, one of the things you need to have to accomplish those types of things is confidence. And those two guys have confidence out the wazoo.
Oh, and ambition.
Yes.
And this is why I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes, and okay, you hear the hunger after winning a 3rd title and a 2nd overall, and with what Jay Feely shared with us, the idea of being the first team in NFL history to three-peat, that's a distinguishing feature. That's a line of delineation. That's something that, maybe we need to classify this team in a different way. I've told everybody this numerous times. When Jordan three-peated, he did so in Phoenix, and at that point in time, he was pretty much sick of his teammates, and his teammates were pretty much sick of him. And you could feel it.
I was sick of him, too.
You could feel it. In fact, Michael Jordan, for the people who were in that Bulls locker room, they could attest, Michael Jordan was making fun of Horace Grant for passing up that last shot and kicking the ball to John Paxson. That's how sick of each other they were. Now, keep in mind, Michael Jordan went, 5-6 years without winning a championship before he broke through?
True. That
didn't happen to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes he's got 3 already in 4 Super Bowl appearances.
This is where it's amazing, and obviously the comp is Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady got to 3 relatively quick.
He did.
He got his 3rd Super Bowl title when he was 27. He didn't win another one for 10 years. He got his 4th, which is where Patrick Mahomes, what he's chasing next year, he got it at age 37.
Wow.
And then won 3 more 39 or older.
That's unbelievable. That's stuff but until you say it like that, you don't quite.
But that's why I'm still going back to this. I'm not trying to diminish at all what Patrick Mahomes has done to this point.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is a freak, and he could be the best ever. But this in the now legacy stuff that bugs me so much.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but what he did over the course of his career is otherworldly.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that type of success at that age, at any sport.
Mm-hmm. No.
So
you're right. And you've never had a quarterback who's looked so unbeatable. Like Joe Montana, as I said during the blast, Joe Montana and the 49ers, when they won back-to-back Super Bowls, then it was like, okay, Bill Parcells, Carl Banks, Mark Bavaro,
Leonard Marshall,
right.
Jim Burt.
Yeah. John Elway. Listen, it's different when you're talking about these quarterbacks. The Dallas run, that wasn't just Troy Aikman. The Packers 2 straight, that wasn't just Bart Starr. So you've really got to kind of really delineate this down to what I'm talking about, and that is teams that are fueled by the transcendent quarterback.
I think the point you made in your blast that was great also, the comparison to Michael Jordan is in that they don't have any peers.
None.
And that's the difference always. I'm LeBron is better than Jordan guy, but that is the difference. When Jordan played, he was the best. Mm-hmm. There was no argument. There was no, well, maybe it's Kevin Durant, maybe it's Steph Curry for different years, like LeBron always had. With Patrick Mahomes, you are right. These heir apparents to him, he just knocks them down one by one every year.
Yes.
That is such a great point.
Yeah.
And there were, in the Jordan run, honestly, he could have won the MVP every year. Mm-hmm. I think the voters got, MVP fatigue for Michael Jordan. And we experienced here in 1993, Charles Barkley had a magical year in his first year as a Sun and was voted the MVP. And we were all ecstatic about it because it was the high point of Phoenix Suns history that season. But I think deep down, even Suns fans were like, oh, this is, Michael Jordan's the best player, but we'll take an MVP for
Same
Charles
thing
Barkley.
with Karl Malone.
A
few years later.
Right, Drexler, boom,
and look,
boom, boom. Yep.
We saw it this year in the NFL. I mean, it came up in the conversation with Jay as well. No peers. People will say that. Lamar Jackson's the MVP.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. It's the same thing. It is the same kind of paradox.
Tom Brady lived this a little bit. There was always, the first half of his career, there was always a discussion, him or Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tom Brady lasted so long that he won several titles after Peyton Manning already retired, and it didn't even become a discussion anymore.
And with Tom Brady, it looked different. Let's be honest here.
That's right.
It looked different. And it wasn't always impressive. It was always clutch, but it wasn't always impressive. And that's where Patrick Mahomes is separating himself. And the idea that all these guys who think they're competing with him now, they're going to end up to be on a second shelf in the NFL archives. And that's the reality. That's what's facing them, because that's exactly what happened to Jordan's peers. There aren't any.
I can't disagree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Jarrett would disagree with you.
Well, he played against lesser competition than LeBron, so yeah.
Shut up, Jared. Shut up, Jared.
Yeah, it is amazing. But, I think, and this is just my personal thought, the conversation kicks into high gear if Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City do win 3 straight. Mm-hmm. Then he's to 4. He's got that feather in his cap of, hey, nobody's ever won 3 in a row.
Well, no one's ever gotten to a 3rd straight game.
After winning 2.
After winning 2.
Yeah.
So just getting there is going to be very, very difficult. Because the NFL, you know what this is all about. Every coach everywhere now, they've got their thinking caps on, Jarrett, and they're scheming, what do we do to get past this team? What do we have to – if you're the Baltimore Ravens, you're saying to yourself, okay, you know what? Lamar Jackson spinning the ball, that ain't it. Maybe we need to go get Derrick Henry and just dominate time of possession. And that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to scheme a way to be better than that team if you're serious about winning a championship.
Harbaugh's with the Chargers now, and Joe Burrow will be healthy next year, so it'll be a gauntlet in the AFC. But
yeah, but man,
it's true.
I have fatigue, but it's impossible not to just shake your head in disbelief at what this team has done.
Totally agree.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.